Classic Restos is proudly brought to you by Shannons Insurance, National Parts Depot and Penrite Oil. Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Classic Restos. Of course, not possible without the continued support of Shannons Insurance, National Parts Depot and Penrite Oil. Cars, trucks, bikes, if it has wheels and it's a classic, it's welcome at Shannons Insurance. Not only that, but your home and contents insurance as well. Shannons have been in the business for years and they look after enthusiasts such as us. They have so much to offer us. If you check out their website shannons.com.au, you'll be there for a while. It is just so comprehensive. While you're there, sign up and become a member of the Shannons Club. It's a unique experience where you can interact with fellow enthusiasts, share stories and photos. Shannons.com.au. You can also pick up the phone and give Shannons a call, 134646 for a quote. National Parts Depot can help you with just about any part for a select number of vehicles. Why not contact National Parts Depot for a catalogue pertaining to your build? You'll be sitting down and reading it for hours. National Parts Depot. They freight to Australia and New Zealand every day of the week. See them online at npdlink.com. And when it comes time for the slippery stuff for your engine, you can't go past Penrite Oil. Why can't you go past Penrite Oil? Well, there are so many factors. Little things like being established since 1926. What about a family-owned business? And on top of that, Australian-owned and made. Whether you've got a 1948 Bedford truck through to a later model car, Penrite has an oil to suit your application. Penrite also has a tech team that can help you over the phone if you're not too sure as to the grade of oil for your particular application. Penrite Oil, Australian made, a fantastic product and great people to deal with. Find out more at penriteoil.com.au. And on today's show, I have travelled around 50 kilometres west of Sydney, New South Wales, Australia, to a place called Riverstone. And today, on Classic Restos, we're going to be seeing the St John's School Spring Fair. Travelling overseas to bring you Classic Restos is my absolute pleasure. So too is bringing you a small event hosting just 30 cars. And when it's to help raise money for a school, that is even nicer. The St John's School at Riverstone, New South Wales is a small school with just over 100 students and, like most, relies on fundraising to survive and offer the kids a little bit more. The school stands for technology, the environment and a string of other educational standpoints. The Spring Fair is a biannual event and each entrant has been charged $20 to enter their car. Classic cars turning up at a school to raise money? I can't think of a better way. Okay, now with me now we have Amanda. Now Amanda, hats off to you. You've organised a fantastic event. You must be tired.
Not yet, I will be at the end of the day, but you know, I'm still pumped on adrenaline, so it's going well.
Good for you. Well, I'd like to thank you for the invitation for myself and Classic Restos to cover your little event here at the school. It's so good to get behind such an event.
Yes, it's absolutely fantastic. We're so pleased to have you here. As soon as the men heard that you were coming, they were so excited to bring their cars, so it's thanks to you for coming, really.
That's okay. Obviously, raising money for this little school here, just 30 cars have turned up. It's amazing, Amanda, the events that Classic Restos goes to is where there's hundreds of cars and then you turn up to a rural area just west of Sydney and there's 30 cars.
Yeah, it's the first time we've ever done a car show, so we didn't really know what to expect, but it's good. We're really happy with the outcome.
Now, Amanda, it's a biannual event.
Yep.
What can people find here? What's on offer here for the day?
Oh, we've got lots of things. We've got a toddler area, so a bubble garden where they can get face painting and do some craft. And then we've got the rides for the big kids. We've got the chocolate wheel where you can win lots and lots of prizes. White elephant store where you get second-hand things. And we've got some entertainment, so a little bit of everything for everyone.
Okay, Amanda, I'll let you get back to it. I hope your day goes well. I'm sure it will.
Great. Thank you so much, Fletch.
All right, we have Peter now from the HDHR Holden Club. How are you, Peter?
I'm very well, thanks, Fletch.
That's good. Thanks for turning up today.
That's all right. I wouldn't miss today's. It's a very good day and weather's great and the company's good and the cars are good.
Absolutely. Speaking of the cars, it's not every day of the week you get to see a 1967 HR Holden station wagon in original condition. It's a beautiful car, Peter.
Yes, thank you very much. I've had it since day one. It's 45 years.
So how did you feel when you brought it home brand new back in 67?
I was only a young guy then.
You would have been proud as punch, wouldn't you?
I was proud as punch and king of the kids in those days.
But to buy a station wagon too, was it kind of old-fashioned then, or was it pretty cool?
No, it was pretty cool. The station wagon was on offer. The car itself is a fairly rare car in some respects. It's got some factory-fitted options that were rare at the time, and now 45 years down the track, they're even rarer, I think.
You've kept it brilliant. I mean, have you done a restoration, or is this the real deal?
It's an original car. It even was the family car for many years. I had 3 sons fighting in the back seat many times, but it's been the family car. It's had a little bit of a touch-up here and there, but the paintwork is generally original.
It's a credit to you, Peter. Tell us some of the places this car's travelled to over the time of you having it.
It's been to Brisbane several times. It's been to Melbourne, Adelaide, all over New South Wales. It's got 223,000 miles on the speedo and still going well.
The genuine old Australian Holden from the mid-60s. There's a lot to be said for the simplicity of these old girls.
Certainly is. They're easy to work on. When something goes wrong, you usually know where to look for them.
Peter, it's amazing too to think that you've had it's been through the family, the original interior. You must have been really fussy with this car over its life, because it really is an amazing condition. The NASCO accessory sticker there on the quarter vent window, it just takes us all back in time. I mean, the range of accessories that NASCO had back then, and as you said, the manual transmission too, very rare.
Yes, the car has a 186S motor, which was the one that superseded the X2. It has a 4-speed Opel transmission in it, which was an option at the time. It has a limited slip diff and disc brakes on the front end. They're factory-fitted options that were all good options in their day. And of course the Opel gearbox, the limited slip diff and the S motor make the car quite rare even today.
Well, I know one thing, Peter. If you've had this car since brand new in 1967, what's the chances that you're going to keep it for a bit longer yet?
I think I'll be keeping it as long as I can drive it, Fletcher. I'll be keeping it, I'm sure.
Good on you, mate. You're the first interview here today, and it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. Thanks, Peter.
Thank you very much, Fletch.
Time for Brian now. How are you, Brian?
G'day, Fletch. How are you, mate?
Good, mate. Good. Nice day to bring out the Chevelle.
It is a really nice day.
Yeah.
So,
what can you tell us about the 67?
well, she's fairly rare, the 67 Chevelles in the States even now. This is a matching numbers 327. For the money I've spent on the motor, I could have put in a crate, but we've run up to close enough to 12 grand, I guess, now on the motor. Yeah. So it's had a lot of work done. We've done all the suspension. The body was perfect. That's why I bought it. Yep. I felt sorry for the young guy. The guy I bought it off about 2 years ago was getting married, and
Is that why you felt sorry for him?
For that, and as I parted with the money, he looked at the money and he said, "Mate, at my wedding, I'm going to stand up at the reception. I hope all of you bees are enjoying my Chevy." So I felt sorry for him. But no, she's a beautiful car. The body's perfect. I've even got the original 1967 Oklahoma number plate on it.
How cool is that? You've always had a fetish for the American cars, like even when you're a real young guy, you still liked them then?
I'm 68 and I've had 68 cars.
Have you?
Yeah.
Wow. Interior, Brian, it's all original?
Totally original. Everything's original. Even we repainted the motor back into the orange and grey, so that I didn't put all the chrome in it.
Jeez, mate, you wouldn't want to drop your breakfast in there, would you? I mean, look how nice it is.
It is very, very nice. I can't believe that I was able to pick up something as good as this.
Brian, it's been a pleasure catching up. Thanks for sticking around, mate, and look after your Chevelle.
It's been a real pleasure, Fletch, and it's nice to see you again.
Thanks,
you take care. Bye.
Well, I hope you're really enjoying this week's episode of Classic Restos here at the St John's School Spring Fair in Riverstone, New South Wales, Australia. Of course, thanks to my major sponsors, Shannons Insurance, National Parts Depot and Penrite Oil. Back with more in just a moment. Welcome back, moving through. Got Jim. How are you, Jim?
Pretty good, Fletch. How are you?
Good, mate. Good to see you guys here from the HD HR Holden Club too, by the way.
Yeah, it is good to be here today. It's a very nice day to be here in Riverstone.
Absolutely. Now, on past episodes of Classic Restos, you may have heard me mention or allude to the sensational interiors that the mid-60s Holdens had. In this case here, the HR Premier. Here's one here in the flesh. Beautiful car, Jim. How long have you had it?
I've only had it about 3 years, Fletch, and the bloke didn't want to sell it, but within a month I had it, you know.
Well, look, we've already had a HR on the show so far today. I'd like to put some emphasis, as I alluded to, on the interior. So sumptuous. These were really an outstanding interior trim option, weren't they?
Yes, they were in the Premier. Very, very nice. But this blue model, there wasn't very many of them brought out, I don't think. It was right at the end of production of the HR, before the new model come out, that they decided to bring the blue out.
Right.
There was the previous 4 colours.
Yep. I mean, red would have to be the most popular I think I've seen.
Yeah, the red. There was a light tan and a dark tan.
Yeah.
And I think there was another there too somewhere, but I can't remember which colour that was.
Yeah.
But they never brought the blue out until right at the end of production in '67.
Back in the mid-60s too, it would have been a gentleman possibly your age back then that would have bought this car brand new.
Yes, and he would have been a CEO of some company too, because not the normal worker had these cars.
No, that's right.
We always admired them, us ordinary people, but we never had the dough.
Look, you're doing well to get a brand new car, period, let alone a brand new car that was at the top of the tree.
That's right, too right, Fletch.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good on you, Jim. Thank you very much, mate. I've been wanting to show off one of these interiors for a while on Classic Restos. Love them. Love your car. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Fletch. Very, very pleased and always watch your show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just as well you said that.
Thanks, Fletch.
Well, if you love your Falcons, you'll love this. Martin, welcome to today's show.
Thanks, Fletch.
Mate, 1960 two-door Falcon, a post car, not a coupe. Post car. How rare is this?
It's very rare, actually. I come about it on one of the magazines, and it was down in Victoria, and I just like the lines of it, actually. And being two-door, it's just unique and very clean.
What I love about it too is it's still left hook.
Yes, it is. Didn't take me long to get used to, actually, but it's easy to drive, nice to drive.
Martin, 1960 Falcon, the very first shape, not available here in Australia. Wasn't until the XM.
That's right, yeah.
And that was a pillarless car.
Yes, correct. And that's what made me, that's what caught my eye, actually. The shape of it, yeah.
So what's the story on it? What's the history? What do you know about it?
The bloke told me that it was sitting in a barn, I think, over in the States, and the fella had a few of them, a few different cars, and it was covered for a long time, and he passed, and then his kids wanted to sort of sell the inheritance, and he bought it and brought it in.
So much heritage too with the Falcon. I mean, 1960, the beginning of it all, and the Falcon running traditionally so long in Australia. So Martin, how does it drive as a car?
It actually very, very reliable, very smooth. Actually, very nice to drive. Actually, like in a new car. Actually, I'll tell you the truth. It's very reliable. It handles well, and it's seamless. It's really nice to drive. Actually.
Engine up front, what size?
It's a 144.
Yeah, right.
It's a 144. Yeah.
Thought it might have been a 144, being in 1960. I mean, again, there's a very rare displacement that we just don't hear of these days.
Especially here in Australia. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Martin, original interior. Can't believe how good those seats are.
They are. It is original, and it's very clean and very comfortable, the seats. Yeah, it's very nice.
A lot of Americans, they bought these cars from brand new and they didn't do big miles. It's quite astounding how that works.
That's right, yeah.
Look at the dashboard. I've got to love the aluminium instrument cluster as well. I mean, back in the day where, polished aluminium, you just never see that again, will you?
Yeah, no, it is. It looks really neat and tidy.
Martin, thank you so much, mate. It's one of the more different cars here today. I'm so pleased that you brought it along. I don't think I've had one in the history of Classic Restos.
Oh, really?
So it's pretty special.
Thank you. Yeah. Thanks, Fletch. No worries.
Yeah, mate, enjoy your Sprite.
No worries, mate. Thank you. Thanks, mate. Thank you.
Hey, how good is this? If you're looking for Christmas present ideas, the Classic Restos DVD boxed sets and other Classic Restos items can be found at classicrestos.com.au. And if you would like to see some beautiful countryside, museums and private car collections, along with some of the largest car shows on the planet, why not consider a Fletch tour to either Carlisle, Pennsylvania or Motown, Detroit, USA in 2014. Go to classicrestos.com.au and click on the Fletch Tours icon. And while you're there, check out the major sponsors as well. Back with more classic ground pounders right after this. Oh, we've got Dave Bern now. How are you, Dave?
Good, mate. Good, thanks, Fletch.
That's good. Mate, congratulations. People's Choice Award, well done.
Thank you very much. Very happy. Very happy.
You would be too. 1960 FB Holden. How long have you had it?
19 years.
Have you really?
I bought it when I was 17. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that's my dad's FJ and mum's Morris, and it's cars, especially Holden's, been in the family. So, and I love the Chevys, the 50s, and one come up, a blue one, EK, and it didn't work out, and then I found this one, and that was the one. So
I have a lot of admiration for guys that have kept their cars for so many years, because over the years, I mean, we're all tempted to trade our cars, sell our cars. The ones that have just kept them for so long, must have been something there along the way that just told you to hang on to it.
well, every time you get cranky, go for a drive. Puts a smile on your face.
That's right.
If you're sitting in traffic and you're cranky, you're driving the wrong car.
Yeah, right.
So whatever's going on, I can just drive it in.
It's a great attitude to have, and I mean, our motoring fraternity, I mean, that's the only recipe to have. We love our cars, we preserve our cars, we enjoy our cars, and it's it's not always about performance and throwing cars into corners. I mean, we're talking a 1960 Holden here, and just to drive along at the speed limit with the armour on the door. I mean, what a lifestyle.
It is very cruisy, and it always get the thumbs up and stuff like that. Gets a lot of attention, but especially you get a lot of, I had one of these, and it's nice, and it's get appreciated for all that hard work you've done. And
Well, Dave, congratulations again on your trophy, mate. You must have sent a cheque to the right person, did you?
yeah, I've got someone on the inside.
Good on you, mate. Congratulations.
Cheers, thank you very much. Cheers, Fletch.
Okay, time for Al now. How are you, Al?
Good, mate. Yourself?
Away. Good here in the shade. It's about 110 degrees out in the sun.
Warm, yeah.
Fletcher's decided to, sook it a bit and go under a tree here for this one.
Yeah, well, I've been sitting here keeping an eye on them all day.
Now, Al, you're the father of David with the 50 FB Holden. You've got yourself a nice old Holden as well, mate. Tell us the deal there.
She's a 54 model. We bought her in 1977 for $400, and she came from Forbes. It was a country car. Yeah, she was pretty battered around when we got her, and I restored it a good 20 years ago, and it's still going.
Geez, mate, I bet you're glad you paid $400 for it back then.
Oh, laughing now.
And you've kept it, you've kept it so long. Obviously, it's been a great car over the years.
Kids grew up in it, and the wife used to drive it. Now I've got her the Maury, she bolts around in it. So, but the Holden, it's one of those things you just never get rid of it.
I can always remember my dad saying when he used to drive an Austin A40 many years ago for a while before he got company cars, on a hill, it was always a Holden that used to round you up.
Yeah, she gets on the hill and she bolts. And, like we got a old Bondwood caravan, but we got a property in the southwest, and when we take the van down there, she's 15 mile an hour up the big steep hill outside of Goulburn, but we get to see all the wildlife,
Well, that's all right. And brand new back in the day, that 15 miles an hour, you would have been overtaking cars back then.
That's right.
Al, you wouldn't be a plumber by any chance?
No, I'm a retired bus driver.
Mate, I've got a comment. You've got a bit of brassware going on under the hood there. You've got the gate valve. You've got the quarter-inch brass tees. You've got the hex nipples going on there, mate. You've got some talent under the hood.
Oh, well, trying to get the original stuff up. Go down to Bunnings.
So when you want the heater, you stop, pull over, lift the bonnet and open up the gate valve.
You got it right. Yeah.
That's a reliable system, isn't it?
Yeah. And the heater we got in it, I had in an FC when way back, I used to drag race it. And it's still got the heater and it's in the FJ. And it still works.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. I love the styling of the FJ. I really do. And I mean, it's such an iconic time to look back at the history, the motoring history here in this country, to have our very own car. And I've said that many times on Classic Restos before, Al. So, mate, congratulations. And helping David as well. I mean, you're a Holden family. You do it well. What more can we say?
Well, that's right. Well, Dave, he was the one who would go and I just, do this, do that, help him out. But no, he was the driving force in it.
Good on you, mate. You're a great dad and a great inspiration. Well done.
Oh, thanks.
Not my dad, but David's dad.
Yeah.
Thanks, mate.
No worries, thank you. Listen, watch your show all the time. It's brilliant. Good. Mate, that's excellent. Really. Thank you. I've been watching for years.
You, mate. There's another poor bugger out there. Well done. Brenden Hughes from Penrite. How are you, Brenden?
I'm good, Fletch. How are you?
Good, thanks, mate. You've got some truck oils here. You've got a Mono Truck 30, Mono Truck 50, and you've also got a 15W40 and a 10W40. Let's start with the 30. Now, people watching the show, when should they use a 30?
Mono 30s are like a mid-ash type oil, generally used in probably older type motors, but very similar to what you'd use in your motor mower.
Okay, we move along to the 50, the Mono Truck 50. Now, you mentioned low ash oil. Explain that.
Well, low ash oil is part of the oil makeup where you don't want a lot of ash in the oil. Like modern diesel oils have a little bit of ash in them for the ones that don't run low SAPS oils. Mono 50 is used basically in two-stroke diesels, such as a Detroit 149 series. So, and again, mainly for older type applications.
Newer trucks doing interstate work on the highway every day, the 15W40?
Yeah, if it's a American Motors built engines generally use a 15 type 40 oil. If you drive a European type truck, they may use one like a synthetic 1040 or even lower viscosity these days.
Now, if it all seems too much, don't let it burden you. There's a tech line that you can call, even if you're using a current oil that you're not too sure about and you'd like to find out more information. Go to classicrestos.com.au. You know who the major sponsor is. Contact them for more information. Thank you, Brenden.
Thanks, Fletch.
Time now for a Rotary on Classic Restos, and it's just not a standard Rotary by any means. Welcome to the show, Mick.
How you going, Fletch?
Good, mate. You?
Good, mate.
That's good. Mate, 1972, Datsun, two-door, Rotary. Tell us the deal.
Turbo Rotary, 1,000 horsepower ball bearing turbo, Tremec TKO, full cage, full tub, 4-link, you name it, it's got it.
Mate, points for cleverness on this. I mean, setting out the engine bay where everything was going to go, that must have been a big task.
Yeah, a lot of sit down and planning on this one, mate.
Yeah, a lot of sit down, work it out, right?
Yeah, not many places to get your fingers in there.
Mick, I like your welds.
Yeah, I do a bit myself at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, went to tech and yeah, learned all about it and decided to do it myself.
Mick, you're a clever guy. What made you go a Rotary in a Datsun?
Lightweight, big horsepower, fast car.
Just back to the engine bay for a sec. I like the way you've got it set out there. The engine, where it sits in the engine bay, you've got a lot happening up front, but nothing past the grille. Exceptionally neat. Your engine bay, shaved engine bay, wiring's hidden. I mean, just your attention to detail here. It's virtually a concourse car.
Yeah, well, I sort of picked up metal polishing in the background, so yeah, I guess my attention to detail is a little bit finer than others.
Mick, tell us the deal, what's going out back there with the link rear end, tubs?
Yeah, 4-link, coilovers, anti-roll mech, the whole deal, basically. I'd like to run an 8-9 shifting gears on the quarter. I've had the car back in 1996.
Mate, apart from the mechanical aspect of the car, points also to you for the paint quality, the style of the car. It's a neat looking car. These two-door Datsuns, we've forgotten about these. It's not until one comes along and you sit back and think, hey, that's a nice style of a car.
Yeah, just something different, something that you can get in. I like to push the limits on show, but be able to get in it and cruise down the road and yeah, pop a few eyelids open.
No doubt about it, you'd do that. Mick, thanks for being on today's show, mate. You've rounded it off nicely. Well done. Yeah, 10 out of 10. Well done, mate.
Thanks, Fletch.
Well, I hope you've really enjoyed this little car show here today at the St John's Primary School at Riverstone in New South Wales, Australia. They've raised some good money to help out the school, which is really, really neat indeed. Now, classicrestos.com.au is the website that you need for the Classic Restos DVD boxed sets of the show, along with other Classic Restos merchandise as well, to find out about a Fletch tour to the USA in 2014 and to find out how the major sponsors can help you as well. As I say at the end of every show, until next week, no matter where you're watching Classic Restos from, please ride and drive safe. I'm Fletch, and I thank you very much for watching.
From the HDHR Car Club of New South Wales, go Fletch, go Classic Restos! Woo!
Don't forget to like Classic Restos on Facebook. Facebook.com/Classic Restos TV. And episodes can be seen at shannons.com.au. Classic Restos is proudly brought to you by Shannons Insurance, National Parts Depot and Penrite Oil.